Well, hello, non-existent audience. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and since nobody's quite here yet, I do what I usually do, and complain about how much being a call center employee can suck. So, due to unforeseen circumstances, I went from hoping what would be a slowdown, but hopefully better numbers on January, to basically what has ended up turning into Black Friday every day for 2 straight weeks. And we're not just talking about individuals who know what they want and they got a great sale and they're looking to move on, right? No. I'm talking about those special fuckers that call in. You know what I mean? The ones who like to demand promo codes, even though they know they don't have a promo code.
Oh, that's irritating.
They know they don't have a promo code, but they're going to sit there and lie to your face and give you a promo code that you can pull up and actually show that they've previously used it and literally used it on their very last sale. And then will demand to speak to the manager. And then they really don't like when you tell them that the manager has the exact same capabilities that you do. So you're just sitting like, yeah, you can talk to a manager, but it's not really going to do you any good. Only just look for something that's similar, but maybe a little bit more closer to your budget. And yeah, you get either hanged up or you get even better the Karen of, how dare you?
They yell at you about it.
I'm like, some of us are broke bitches, Karen. I'm not judging. I'm the last person to judge about being broke. I just finally got a name brand phone after like years and years of having cell service. I just finally got to a point where I was able to afford, and I did out and out buy it, a Pixel 7. And because don't get me started on what I think is the racket with these cell phones. Well, you can pay per month and then eventually own the phone. But if you do the math, you end up paying 1,000 times more than if you would have just bought the damn phone. But yeah, that's its own bitch. But my point is, there's been back-to-back of that. The back-to-back of, but it's not in stock yet. I was just checking. Did you set up for the wait list? Yes. Then wait for the fucking email, Karen. Like, why are you calling and bugging us? There are like over 500 people in the queue, and your dumbass had to call, not because you intend to buy anything, but you see something that is obviously not in stock. You see that it does not have a date yet. You've been on the waiting list already for a few months. You will know when it comes back in. You'll know when we know. Why are you clogging up the damn phones? I mean, I shouldn't be so judgmental. I know that. But motherfucker, when you get back-to-back calls like that, like it's Black Friday, or people calling in and demanding that they get Black Friday prices, that's even more precious. See, this is why. So there was a thing. Apparently, you still have Ambi stands still circling around the gates, even though most of us have moved on at this point. And they will sit there and start their stupid crap. I lost my thought. That's how brain dead I am, folks. I lost my damn thought. But yeah, they will still come out at us at random and be like, I still won't forget the one. You're just looking down on your sister. That bitch is not my sister. That girl grew up fucking privileged. She had all the things in life that I sure as hell never started with. She is a neurotypical. That is not my sister. Jennifer Masumba is my sister. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That is my sister. The people who are at Judge Rotenberg Center, those are my brothers and my sisters. The people who lined the streets from ADAPT and People First and ASAN to come against this shit at the Judge Rotenberg Center. That would be them. That would be them. AH doesn't even register anywhere on my radar. But yeah, that's the level of dumb. It's literally that level of dumb. And yeah, I've had some of those, Aspie-chan. But as a woman, oh, fuck me, honey. Don't get started on that shit. I'm sorry. I'm one of those autistics who's basically as blunt as a brick through the window, and I have no filter. I don't give a shit what gender you are. Are you an asshole or are you not?
Right, that's funny.
That's all I care about. You a decent person? Can we hang? Are you not a condescending, ableistic fucking bastard or bitch? Good, we can hang. We're good people. You're not. And whether you're male or female, I treat you the same. There's the door. I don't comprehend this whole thing. It's tribal, but it's like a weird version of tribalism. I mean, the whole point is supposed to be that opposites are supposed to be strong individuals and work in their opposite ways towards the greater whole. But no, we can't have that anymore. And all the while, they're spouting this and they're yelling inclusion in your face while they continue to say kill all men. Because I hate to tell you all, but that's not inclusion.
That is definitely not. That's the total opposite of inclusion, actually.
And in actuality, we know for a fact all these inclusion and diversity, everybody's all big and bad advocate until the disabled people start to demand a seat at the table. All of a sudden it goes real quiet. I'm just saying, I can't take these people. And I get like the most, let's put it this way. Your general call center jockey, autistic or not, gets a view of humanity that is so bad. Just the most toxic elements in a society. A call center individual may deal with the majority of those toxic individuals all day, every day. It's not a good picture. It's not a good picture at all. I have to let that out because, God, it's not just the mind-numbing stupid, it's the massive sense of entitlement. And this massive sense, well, I don't care if it's not in stock. I want it now. Now get me your manager so he can make it happen. He's not going to make it happen either, Karen.
You're just going to tell you it's out of stock.
Yeah, we are dependent upon our suppliers and manufacturers. If they don't have it on our website, they usually don't have it. Which means no amount of bitching is going to make this non-existent couch suddenly appear in your living room. It's not even logical entitlement. You have some of those bastards, they've been around since the 90s, that just think they deserve everything. But even they can be reasonable to a point. If it's not in stock, you'd be like, okay, whatever, just leave me an email as soon as it gets in stock. I'm going to need 50. I have a house party. Then you have these idiots. It's even worse because they're self-entitled idiots. And they just want to demand magical things to happen. And if it doesn't happen, they want to stomp their foot and act like a fucking spoiled 3-year-old. Okay, apparently the link on my tweet does not work. Great. Great. All right, well, I guess I have to go back there. Hold on, folks. Anyways, why I am dealing with apparently what is not working, you may hear an echo because I'm going to try and pull it up and see what it does. Let me see here. Is it working yet? We shall see. Let me see here. Is it working? And there's your echo. Okay. Apparently is up now. Apparently it's working now, Tawny. So if you don't mind sending that around, that would be great. But anyways, that was my week. I got my new stuff. I finally got my damn elliptical I've been after for like the last 8 years. And I got my Pixel 7 in. I'm still waiting on the case. The case is taking longer to get here than the phone. So some good stuff happened. Of course, there has been a whole lot of what the actual fuck did I just hear takes. A lot of those. So apparently, for some reason that I do not understand, others have been attacking some of the YouTubers that were on Johnny's side during the court case. In particular, I know that it was Popcorn Planet has been getting attacked ruthlessly, continuously, over debunked rumors over which he has already long ago provided the receipts. And Laura Brokhoff, the lady, sweet lady, who spent her own damn money in order to get the court documents. Kind of like what Lydia Brown did, so that everybody could be able to use them. She got attacked. Tug got attacked. And then there's my autistic ass saying, why are we just randomly starting drama?
Right, there's no point to that.
Like, the case has been over now for almost a year. Most of us have moved on in some capacity. But what about the allegations about Popcorn Planet? You mean the ones he's already, shown his receipts on? Those? Or are we still living under this assumption that if somebody spouts an allegation, it's automatic truth? Because I'll say for him the same thing I said for Manson. I don't care if there is enough accusers to be able to circle the globe 3 times. Accusations are not facts. They are not evidence. All it is a story until there is actual corroborating facts, period. And I'm not going to burn somebody down simply on the word of somebody's say-so. I have long ago left my autism naivety. I was brutally ripped out of that naive state that a lot of us have when we're younger. Which means I am now jaded as fuck. And I don't go and burn down somebody's house on somebody else's word, period. I thought that's what we were supposed to learn from this court case. I thought we were supposed to learn to ask for facts, ask for receipts, to not just take people at your word, because unfortunately we live in the world where we just fucking can't. The people I stand up for, JD, the people at the JRC, the people at Stone for Help and Agape, I stand for them because they got the receipts. And I do mean they got the receipts, especially ASAN, and those of us who've been fighting along with them for the last decade, their receipts have receipts. This other crap, yeah.
Definitely does not have receipts. Right?
There's no receipts. It's just, but this girl said in her allegation, I don't give a shit what somebody says in their allegation. They're just words until there's facts to back it up.
It's just he said, she said bullshit, right?
But won't you listen to the story? I'll listen to a story. And right after that story, my autistic ass is going to go to the heart of the matter and ask for evidence. It's kind of like distancing from the deaf community because all the unnecessary drama. Thank you. I'm still kind of remotely a part of it. Mainly, I'm more these days, thankfully, back what I like to call the autistic side of Twitter. It's a beautiful place. There's not so much of this drama. The most drama I have ever seen is in a particular niche part of autistic Twitter. That's where all of us Marvel nerds like to hang. And it's usually, nerd battles. That drama is right up my alley. That's my bread and butter. I will get up into a debate when it comes to Marvel or DC any day. But this has just become obnoxious at this point. You either believe that facts and evidence matter, or you were never a part of the case for the right reasons in the first place. It can't go one way just because there's one guy you don't like. This whole idea of these rules should apply to others, but not to people that you don't like, is not how it works. And I know I'm kind of chewing people out right now, but I've had enough. Zora should have never been attacked. As far as the whole Popcorn Planet and Andy, show me the evidence. Or go back and wait until you get some. Do not state something as fact that is an allegation. Unless you've got a lot of shit to back it up. But, I'm the bad person, right? I'm the bad female because I demand evidence. I don't even recognize God. And what's really interesting is all the people who have jumped on others, including AH stands, about not believing him, are the same individuals going for Popcorn Planet's jugular right now. It's obnoxious. You can just not like a guy and not watch his YouTube. I remember a time when you could say, you know what, I'm not a fan of the guy. And you could have left it at that. Don't like him, don't give him your viewership, but don't start this shit without something to back it up. And don't just believe people. I don't know, Aspie-chan. Is it a neurotypical thing?
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass everywhere. I've got to deal with it too from these people.
Well, why should we believe you about JRC? May I present to you the massive archive known as the Living Archive?
Yep.
Our receipts have receipts. We go all the way back to the 70s. And I'm still smile like a freaking loon when I look back at what was dug up by Lyric by Dr. Jessica Taylor. That was just some beautiful shit. My God, she found a gold mine.
Yep.
Bonnie, only keep up with those who are into positivity around JD. I couldn't believe how Laura was.
That link that I sent you.
Link. Ah, yes. I will take a look at that later. Like I do everything. I always have to catch everybody on the weekends. Blah. I look forward because I've got time now. And I'm trying to like wait until I've got like a good solid week, but I wanted a solid week that also runs into a weekend. So
that that website contains my software, and you can contact me through it too.
Nice. I shall send that forth to the Paul. He's the tech head.
All right.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. Jesus Christ. Get off his nuts. Yes, I'm going to go there. I'm a girl who hung out with her brother way too much as a child, and his smart ass rubbed off on me. Get off his nuts. If there is not credible evidence, why are we full-heartedly backing these people? Are we literally, like, do we have, like, so much little going on in our lives that we are just going to burn down somebody's life with no evidence? Get a job. Get a life. Get another cause. Join us. We've got people fucking dying. We've got 6 people dead in one school. We've got another school where boys are being raped and sodomized, as well as being trafficked. We've got other schools that literally line all the way from California all the way to fucking Florida. We've got kids being left in isolation rooms for hours. No bathroom visits, no food. We have kids who are murdered by improper takedowns, God, literally every day. And they're getting younger all the time. If you need a cause, the disability community, we've got plenty. But don't go tearing down somebody else because you're bored. And you just want to hop skip onto a cause. And it's not even a real cause to them, as I and Aspie Chan know. It's performance.
Yep.
Look at me. I sent out a hateful tweet. Look at me. I hashtagged, I'm an activist now. No, you're not. Know where the real activists are. We're on the streets. We're in our capitals. We are lobbying our senators at their doorsteps. And those who can't go will donate so that others can. That's me right now. I used to go to those all the time. But as I'm transportation challenged, let's just call it that. I try to give money when I can to help crowdfund for those who can go. Send money to ASAN on a semi-regular basis. May not be a lot, but at least it helps. Doing this crap and doing hateful crap, because it's not just doing nothing but negative stuff. It's positive stuff too. It's general awareness. It's educating the public. It's getting out of your comfort zone. And as an autistic, I can tell you how much fun getting out of your comfort zone is. It fucking sucks. You come back exhausted. But yeah. And yes, the kitty is photobombing.
And
He says, Mommy, your new phone is beeping at you.
Oh, that's what that was. I thought it was coming from my end. I'm like, what the heck?
But yeah, I felt a need to address that because, for God's sake, people, if you don't like the guy, don't watch. Wait and see. Why is that not being normalized? Why are the normal people, and yes, I know I used the term normal, but go with me on this. Those of us who want to wait, hear both sides, and see the evidence, why are we suddenly the bad guys? Why are we an ism? I've literally always been this way. It was how I was raised, how I was brought up. You look for evidence. You don't just malign good people because you don't like them. Because I gotta say, there's a lot of people in this world I fucking hate. And I do mean fucking hate. Am I gonna jump the first time somebody says a rumor about them, no matter how malicious it is? No. And one more thing to address on all that before we move on to the other stuff. So Jeff Beck's niece did a picture with Johnny during the funeral. Some of us made comments that maybe that wasn't the right time to do that sort of thing. There were others who tracked down the poor girl's IG and started harassing and saying horrible things to her. If you have the time, you literally have the time on your hands, and your first thought is to go track this person down, take the effort to actually do that, and harass them to the point that they delete their social media. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? I mean, I know I'm supposed to not understand social cues, right? I'm the autistic. I'm supposed to be the one who doesn't understand this shit, right? Yet I know you don't go stalk somebody on their social media and harass them because you don't agree with one decision. There's a reason why DMs exist, folks. If you have an issue, take it up that way. Don't go harassing them like that. Too much time, too much vitriol. Get a punching bag. If you got that much negativity burnt into you, at least turn it into some form of exercise. God damn. Oh my God. It's obnoxious, Tawny. It's literally obnoxious. He is a grown-ass man. And you got all these little girls here saying she's trying to take advantage of him and he's just being nice. For fuck's sake, he's a grown-ass man. He's been in the business for over 40 years. I think he knows what he's doing. If he was actually uncomfortable, pretty sure he would say something. And I know this because, like me and Aspie, like Jenny, like the others of us, he's neurodiverse. We're not known for filters. If we feel uncomfortable, we're going to tell you. We may try to be as nice as we can about it, but we're going to tell you. It's just stupid. These girls do not get to decide what he does, who he takes pictures with, who he dates. It's getting obnoxious. It's creepy is what it is. It's creepy that there's this neurotypical thing, and I'm going to call it neurotypical because I haven't seen any of my own do this yet. I could be wrong. I'll just put that disclaimer in there. But you are all so obsessed with other people's lives that you've forgotten to live your own. Quit trying to control this person you are likely to never meet. And go live your own lives. Quit shitting on other people. Good God. I'm pretty sure some of these individuals are some of the same individuals I probably talked on the phone with this week. Definitely seems like it. Definitely seems like it. Johnny says, exactly, after what he's been through, he will be more vocal towards them or say something to his security. Exactly. Exactly. He's not a child. Okay? He can protect himself. Good God. Just because you supported someone does not mean you own them. It's ridiculous. Ugh. And of course, now I said that about the girl's social media. I will admit, because I'm not a hypocrite, I will admit that I stalk Eric Schmidt's social media. That being said, this is an individual who lied to the survivors of Agape boarding school, who did nothing but kick the can down the road, and now the new attorney general is pretending like those victims don't even exist. Instead, they are too busy, going after drag queens, because who even fucking knows why? But acting like they're out there on the strip pole right down in downtown, right there on the square. It's not how any of this works. You know when the drag queens come out in Missouri? At night. During the weekends. They're all downtown. If you don't want your kids exposed to them, don't take them downtown at night. It's that simple. But no, he's going to sit there and lie. And then continue like he's doing us a great favor in Washington by, fighting the real enemy, the drag queens, who hurt no one. So yes, I do stalk his social media. I stalk him and I continue to remind him about the lies he told and the promises he's broken to survivors. I will admit that. Would I love him see pushed out of politics and put into obscurity where he has no longer any more power to harass anyone? Yes, I would love that. But that's kind of a different thing, folks. One individual has done horrible things, who has an enormous amount of power. The other person is a young girl who did nothing wrong. Then there's other girls who took pictures with that did nothing wrong. So yeah, kind of not the same thing. Kind of not the same thing at all. Not to mention, I only kind of harass former AG Eric Schmidt about once a day or so. Because I have a full-time job. What makes it, Aspie, this is what I find interesting. It seems like all the stupid seems to happen when I'm at work. I just kind of catch the tail end of it.
Same here.
I will see the stupid shit and just, and it's not a good thing to see, folks, when you've already had a day of sheer hell dealing with basically the dregs of humanity. Then you get off the phones. It's time to relax. You open up your phone, see what everybody's been up to, and holy hell. It's like that meme with the dog. What a nice day on the internet. Good Lord. Every day. Every day. But I get you, Tawny. This is why I'm starting to move more and more away from the community and back into, well, I hate to say it, but my actual community. The one that I've been part of my whole life. Because that side of Twitter, we tend to say what we mean and mean what we say. We have receipts to back it up. And if you ask, yes, we can probably find receipts that back up those receipts. But anyways, And then, there's still people harassing Greta Thunberg. Can I ask a question? What the hell is the right's obsession with Greta Thunberg come from? It is the weirdest fixation I've ever seen, and this is coming from an autistic. I got fixations, but you all make me look like an amateur. But no, there's this small part of Twitter that I discovered by accident, Aspie, that just continues to harp
on Greta Thunberg, you said?
Yeah. Using all the ableist tropes on the planet to go after her tail. She's a puppet. She's just a child. She's a tool of her parents.
What is this Twitter page? Send it through my website so that YouTube doesn't see it.
Yeah, I ranted last week about it. One person actually brought her into a subject that has nothing to do with her. He's got that evil in his ass, like Greta Thunberg. Like, what the fuck? Why the fuck are you dragging us into your shit? Most of the autistics I know could give less of a shit about whatever's going on with the soap opera that's become the royal family. Okay? We've got our own issues. Particularly those of us who are in the UK, who are trying to afford things like power and medicine at the moment. Like, why in the name of God are you dragging Greta Thunberg into your shit? I don't get it. Like, she's the boogeyman to the right now. I don't get it. I'm not right or left. I've been centrist my whole damn life. But now both sides are starting to get to a special level of stupid. Almost like, can I start the logic party? Can I do that? Just start, okay. You got your Republicans, you got your Democrats. Who are those? Those are the logicers. Okay, what's their platform? We don't give a shit about your bullshit. That's their platform. Yeah, okay. HP, good to see you. And let me bring you up here. Yes, we know all about it. I did a whole vid on it. That's so typical Missouri, it fucking hurts, folks. These people think that the majority of the people out here are so damn dumb that we can't figure out that the school simply changed names, even though it's not changing locations.
It's the same damn thing at the same damn spot, just a different name.
Even the same guy's running it. And his wife, this good Christian woman who sits there and allows pedophilia to go on and does nothing. Sit down. We want to chase after the drag queens and their... What? You want to go after drag queens for what? Thought crimes? Seriously? But we're going to leave the real pedophiles, people who have been proven with my wonderful word called evidence. I'm talking ER documents, folks. These survivors are not playing around. Yeah, ER documents. But you know, it's the drag queens that are the danger. Like, seriously? If you want to talk about downtown, I used to be a downtown girl in my 20s. All those weekends, I was down there watching the bands. You want to know some of the most protective, kindest individuals I met during those days? Particularly when I had a little too much. Those would be the drag queens. They would be the ones to make sure that no one weird was hitting on me. They would make sure that I felt safe. If I needed to have somebody give me a cab home instead of trying to walk, they would do so. That's who the drags are out in this town, and that out in the state of Missouri. Meanwhile, you got people using their cross like it's a shield because of the sins they get up to behind closed doors. But it's the drags, the kind drags who watch out for the girls and for the younger guys out there during the weekends. Oh no, they're the bad people. Make it make sense. Anyways, I'm sorry. I kind of went off on a tangent on that, but God, it's pissing me off. Tawny says, I think it's because she has more intelligence than most of the crazies who want to destroy this planet. Thank you. I'm sorry. You can be like, but she dropped out of school. Ask me and Aspie Chan about autistics in our areas of hyperfocus.
Right.
We are the experts in those fields.
Definitely.
Our intense focus on it is far beyond what a neurotypical is capable of. That is not to slight neurotypicals in any way, because you have a broader range of things to be able to understand, particularly social, that we never will. But when it comes to these areas of hyperfocus, sorry, we got you beat there, and we got you beat by a long shot. Any of you idiots who want to sit there and call her a moron, debate her. I'll host it. I'll even host. If you think that she is a moron and that it's all a hoax, put your money where your mouth is. Debate her. See if you can. Because I'm going to put money on her. Yeah, HP, that's what I was talking about. And I've been talking about how people went after Laura and after Popcorn Planet because allegations, because somehow some of our community have got their wires crossed. Because they just didn't like the feel of the guy. All of a sudden, they're believing what other women say without them having to produce a shred of evidence. So they're going to attack him. They're going to attack Laura. They're going to attack Tug. By the way, poor Tug has been through more shit. He has been swatted more than once. He's had DFS, or his equivalent, called on him and his family by individuals who have doxed him. Then, yeah, I'm done. I know, HP. I know. I was just bringing it up because that's been going around too. People were attacking Popcorn Planet. They were attacking Laura. They were attacking Tug. So this was all happening at the same time. So they were doing all of that, and then they were also going after that young girl. And HP, I know you didn't catch it, but my line is this. You can disagree. You can even state an opinion. To go and spend the time to stalk a poor girl on her social media and just hurl insults at her until she deletes, you got something wrong with you. That's coming from me. You got something wrong with you. You need to seek help.
Who did this?
It was a bunch of so-called Johnny supporters. They do it, and she's not, by far, not the only one this has happened to. There have been other girls, pretty girls, that gotten selfies with them. And all these women come in, she's too young for you, all this shit. Like, goddamn, she took a picture. Not like she put a ring on the man's hand. By the way, this is coming from someone who is friends with an individual, and when Rob Zombie came to town, has a picture of herself in pink bikini and, displayed across Rob Zombie's lap. So, yeah. Even with that, get a grip, people. You do not own this guy. You will probably never meet him. I will probably never meet him. But unlike these people, I've moved on. I'm not fixated. And this is, if an autistic is telling you you're too fixated, you should really reconsider some of your life decisions. Because that's kind of our wheelhouse. We get fixated on things. And if we were even tell you, like, dude, You're going from being a fan to being a creepy stalker. You should probably think about that. Because we get obsessed. I mean, there's a reason why Paul calls the JRC my white whale. Because, yeah, I am obsessed. But it's with a particular cause. I'm not going to these people's social media saying, but why are you wearing that? Nah. At least most of my fixations have some form of purpose. Most of ours are. I don't get it. Just don't attack people you don't know. And stop believing everything people tell you. Good God. I've had enough of this crap. Maybe it's just because I grew up in a particular state where it's put up or shut up. You know, back when the politicians out here made some form of logical sense. Since then, my government has lost its goddamn mind. No, Aspie Chan, this is a thing in Missouri. It's one of the many things that had us trending over the last week. The men of our Senate decided he wanted to pass a bill to deny the women senators the right to have bare arms all in the Senate chamber.
That's stupid.
Real thing.
Yeah, it's stupid. I think they're going to get that through.
They've been getting everything else, The governor has full fucking power over the National Guard. They've got abortion outlawed for everything, including incest, rape. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have individuals who are our senators going on social media and saying, we need to talk about having more traditional values back with women back in the home. That's all well and good, Senator, but who's going to start paying the bills around here if I'm not working? You? We don't live in this world where people can live on one income. Think I enjoy this shit? You think I'd be doing on the phones because I like it? No, we got to make a living. Some of us have individuals that we look after that have physical disabilities that make it impossible for them to work. So we are the income. So telling me to go back to my house is basically telling me you want me out on the street. This is Missouri. And because one of those individuals came on there, if you don't like it, get out of the state. And as always, my smart-ass self, and who's going to pay for that, jackass? You? I would love to leave. Believe me, if I had the damn money, I'd be gone already. Okay? Some of us live paycheck to paycheck. We weren't born with silver spoons in our mouths. We didn't have people paying our way to go to nice colleges. Okay? Some of us, whether we went to college or not, because we got a label slapped on us, can't even get hired in our fields. I'm one of those. It's not as simple as just picking up and, moving out. Where am I going to go out to? Go on the street? Because that's the only place. I can barely afford to move to another building in my own city, let alone pick up and move to another state. And let me see here. We've got some comments. They shouldn't be making nonsensical fucking laws, period. These are guys who were around in the 90s who should fucking know better. But they jumped onto the fucking Trump bandwagon and ridden it straight to fucking hillbilly hell. We were moving forward, becoming, especially out in my area, metropolitan city. We've got students coming in from all over the world, particularly from Japan. And we're going to undo all of that progress, attack innocent people while continuing to cover up for, pedophiles who use Christianity as a shield. Oh, but it's the women and the drag queens, right? It's the women and the drag queens. Oh, and you can't forget the women, the drag queens, and the disabled people. Can't forget that. And I can't with this state. I just can't. Tommy, that door for women's rights to work has been opened and cannot be closed. That was what was true feminism. Thank you. And when it was around in the 90s, back, God, I'm one of those people back in my day. But seriously, back in my day, it was about equal rights for equal pay. Shit that made legitimate sense.
Equal work for equal pay, right?
Simple. In fact, my mom has told me point blank her idea of feminism is her belief that if you step up to a man like a man and you
expect to get dealt with like a man,
expect to be hit back
like a man. Right, Jeff?
Simple logic. That was the 90s for you. Equal rights, equal pay. Treat everyone equally. Not put one on the pedestal, then whine and bitch about how you're the victim. The only people these people are victims of is of their own stupidity. HP has more to say. Let's not forget where women go after they leave. These are things that need planning. Thank you. Thank you. You got to set up a home. You got to make sure there's furniture for that home. And if you're going to be driving your furniture, especially to another state, you better make sure you're going to pay for the drivers and for the shippers. And that's not cheap. And when you are particularly a female, like in my case, or you're also female and disabled and you got somebody else who's physically disabled, we're going to also have to have those men pick up and put our shit in the truck and then pick it up and take it out in the other place. This is not cheap. It is very expensive. It's just the height of stupidity. God damn. HP says, how did the Trump bandwagon work out for them with Trump being indicted and all that? Oh, this is my favorite. Okay, this is another part of what the actual fuck that I wanted to get into, HP and Aspie. So apparently, Aspie-chan, you have these mega idiots who are threatening civil war if they indict Trump.
What idiots?
Then there's me. Oh my God, I have so much pent up just rage and anger just being on the call centers for that long. Just fucking tell me when that day happens.
I think it's pretty stupid, honestly. They're threatening.
I won't go out to seek it. I'm not an idiot, but I would make sure that this place was loaded up tighter than Fort Knox.
Mine already is.
And my assortment of various things.
Oh, yeah.
That I can use to defend myself. And we'll just leave it there because, yeah. Anyways, let's see here. HP, feminism is about equal rights for men and women. Back then, women were regarded as less than men, but feminism is not about women being more powerful than men. Thank you. It's gone fucking... It went seesaw. The seesaw didn't level out like it was supposed to. And what makes it worse is these people that say they're feminists, the way they describe women, they sound exactly the same as the men that used to describe women in the 1950s. But they're weak and helpless, and what can they do against such a powerful man? It's the tropes they took from the 50s from guys. It's what guys used to use to try to talk down and bring down feminism. And now they're using it to play victim. And they don't feel like this is going to set women's right back fucking decades. Like, are you kidding me? You're really... Because you're a grifter and you want to get your grift on, you're willing to set women's rights back decades by using old 1950s housewives tropes to show how you were the victim. Jesus fucking Christ. And then you're going to call yourself a feminist, and then I must have internal misogyny because I don't believe you. Really? Can I lock some of these women, just the younger girls, with my mom so she can have a talk? And she would actually talk, folks. That's not to be mean, but maybe if she just explains it to you with simple logic, you'll understand. I know she may have to use small words. Johnny, I'm older than you. I was born with no rights until 1973. Now almost back to where we started. Right? Why are women using those tropes? Like the whole 90s thing was about the strong, independent woman who didn't need no man. It was literally in a majority of our fucking sitcoms at the time. It literally became a trope. The strong, independent woman who didn't need a man. For fuck's sake, what the hell happened? Because that was the goal. You know, that was the goal for a lot of us. Coming up through high school. The women who can support themselves, feed themselves, house themselves, fight for themselves, and could fight back. There were a lot of us women, a lot of us girls, that went to martial arts classes.
I taught my little sister how to fight.
You know? We did that kind of shit. So that we didn't have to be the victim. And now these women, if you don't believe me, you're misogynistic, but I was the weak victim and he was the powerful man. Like, for fuck's sake. Do these people even hear themselves? I would like to raise my mom to that, HP. My mother had 2 kids. She had my brother, and she managed to graduate high school. She worked 2 jobs in order to keep a roof over our heads after they got divorced years ago. She later came to a point, about around her 30s, where she wanted to go back to school. So she did so while working full-time, and at that point, between me, my stepbrother, my stepsister, my brother, there was 4 of us. 4. And she went to work, and she provided, and she went to school. And about around her 40s, she graduated to become a radiology tech. And yeah, she's not like rolling in the dough, so to speak, but she's become very successful in her own right. That is strength. And you know what? She did that also with my stepdad's support, too. That she didn't, it's one of those things where it was there if she needed it. But she did that strongly and independently on her own. He could not do it for her. That's a strong woman. Never complained. Never whined about how she was the victim and she was oppressed. She wanted something, she went out and she got it. So that's simple, ladies. That's simple. But they don't want to put in the work anymore. Like that. They don't want to put in the work. They want the fast train to success. So they're like, if I'm a victim, then I'll get all these deals. People will feel sympathy for me, so they'll put me in their movies. They don't want to put in the work. So they take the rest of us back fucking decades. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be the one who says it. And the sad thing is, it's not even the majority of women. It's just a very, very loud minority who act like this. Jenny's here. Hey, Jenny. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. But yeah, no, I'm done. At least none of them have ever come onto this channel and be like, well, what about your causes? Because, like, all I would have to do is just do present screen, the living archive. Just like, this is document after document after document after document. Would you like more documents? We got more. I'd hate to see that freaking file cabinet. That were a file cabinet back in the 90s, how big Lydia Brown's archive is. Like, God, that would be like the file cabinet from hell. Have a good night, HP. Thank you, Jenny. Right? Right? All these women want to be successful. I mean, my mom proved it. You fucking work. You want it, you go get it. The whole idea of the 90s of feminism was put in the work. Be that hard, independent woman. Go out and get it. But they want the fast track. Even if the fast track blows up in their face. As far as what I did back in the early 2000s, nobody did that for me. My mother, my uncle, they didn't even know who these people were, let alone how I got connected and became a part of the autistic movement. I put in the work. I put myself way outside my comfort zone, way out. I went up to the Capitol. I talked to the senators. I helped make laws. For God's sakes, I helped start pilot projects for people like me in my state. It took years of work, years of smoozing, years of politics. I put in the work. That's how it's done. I wouldn't even have thought about playing the victim. Wouldn't even thought it. Because I'm not a liar. I get you there, Jenny. I get you there. So was I, Tawny. So was I. In fact, they talk about toxic masculinity in men in the army. Want to know what my stepdad taught me? Hard truth. Want to know what some majority of those good men are actually like? He pushed me to succeed. He pushed me to put in the work. He told me to never use my gender or anything else as an excuse as to not do something. So called for toxic masculinity, huh? Just saying. Ex-Navy, ex-ADD, and disability advocate to the school board. Exactly. This shit takes work. It's not easy. There is no it's like when I talk about the whole there is no insta cure to autism. There is no one size fits all. Same shit applies here. You play the victim, you're going to pay for it eventually. The truth always comes out. Always. It is far better to put in the work. Because maybe you would have been bigger if you played the victim. Maybe not. But you'll have a hell of a lot more respect if you do. Those women that stay around Hollywood, not the come and goers, but the ones who stay. Those women who work when they're the hot young things, but are still getting their roles into their 70s, 80s, 90s. It's because they put in the work. That's the difference. Yeah, I know, Jenny. You are a busy, busy woman. I appreciate everything that you do. I'm just saying. I am done with everyone. All females are bad. All males are bad. It's all illogical bullshit. It's all illogical bullshit. You got good people, you got bad people. They may be male, they may be female. They may be disabled, they may not be. They may be a different skin color, whatever. To me, there's only two kinds of people.
Good people and shitballs.
Good people and bad people. That's it. That's all I give a shit about. Whatever you do on your own time, that's your own business. But
you know what my dad says?
Your career or your sense of self-worth about burning someone else's down.
Hey, Tiff. You know what my dad always says? There's two kinds of people, good people and shitballs.
That's it. And I can hear like some of my old teachers, but that's overly simplistic. Some things are simple. It's the thing. There's been this, it's a neurotypical society, and they've overcomplicated things that should just be very simple shit. In fact, my dad, who studied theology, once made a comment. He's like, all religions, if you look at them, the decent ones anyway, all amount to one thing.
Good
Don't
versus evil. Yeah, don't be an asshole. Right?
Very simple. Some things are simple. Yeah, I saw that. I did not know he was involved with that.
Who?
Somebody we mutually know. Yeah, a lot of people didn't realize it. I just said, funeral's not the fucking time. But I stated an opinion, which I walked back as soon as I realized I was wrong.
Look what I've got. U.S. Military Guide to Incendiary Devices.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, I made a comment that
My buddy will like this.
Yeah, you probably will. Like, I made a comment. I walked it back as soon as I realized that it was wrong. And I did kind of go off on the people. Like, it's one thing if you disagree with her. It's another to go attack somebody you don't fucking know. Take the time out to stalk her on her social media. Like, God, who even has the time? People got a little too much time on their hands. I'm always running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I don't have the time to do this petty kind of bullshit. I did make the comment, but as I always do, I owned it. I owned that I made a bad comment. I was not fully informed. Granted, it was more the autistic version of, okay, what the fuck's going on? But still, I walked it back. It wasn't appropriate. I sometimes have shit takes, folks. I usually own when I do. And I had a shit take. So I admitted that and said that I am sorry. I didn't go stalking the girl. Some people got too much hate in their hearts and too much time on their hands. I wouldn't even imagine between Agape, JRC, and work, I couldn't even find the time. Not that I would even if I did. To be honest, if I had the time, I would be vacationing right now, preferably in a tropical area. For a good solid week. Or I could just sit on a beach in a tropical area with silence and read. Oh, God, thinking about that makes me smile. It's the dream, kitty. And that's the dream. We'd get you a little sun hat and get you a tiny umbrella just for the kitty. And then you'll be in the sand where it's just a picture box.
Hey, Tiff. I just accidentally chewed like 6 pieces of nicotine gum at once. That was a bad idea.
You think? I thought Chloe is bad with her constant Red Bulls and Monsters. Dude. Just to put it this way, if you're taking enough like stimulants, even by accident, to make even Chloe shake her head at you, just watch yourself next time.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Jen.
Hi.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that to like the last 2 days of the week.
Yeah. When I see pictures like that, I'm just like, okay, I've seen this before, where people will take pictures of whatever without realizing, okay, this person is part of the funeral, and I'm just like, I'm staying out of it because I've seen this before.
They do it every time he takes a picture with anybody. It's not just the funeral. They've attacked every single girl he's taken a picture with. Every single one.
I know. Like, they were like, oh, that's his new girlfriend. No, that's just some random person.
Even if it was, why is it their business? People just got too much time. Too invested in other people's lives, so much so they don't go out and live their own.
Yeah, and what I'm trying to say is, like, what I thought before was like, when Malcolm Young died of AC/DC back in 2017, people were photographing everyone at that funeral. I had no business to, but they were doing it.
I remember Dimebag Darrell's funeral, and people were snapping pictures. Some of Kiss was there. A lot of heavy metal stars were there. I believe Dave Mustaine was there.
Mm-hmm.
It happens, especially when it's a major rock star like that. We're talking about a guy who the Yardbirds.
Yeah. I mean, Ronnie Wood was there, but hey. Do you expect anything else besides that? Like, come on.
I've made the comments previously, and I will make them again. That I was very jealous with JD because he gets to have people on his speed dial that have been basically rock and roll royalty in my mind and in my brother's mind and my mom's mind. They've lived rent-free in our heads for many years. So yes, that would be the form I was jealous. He's got these people on speed dial.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that too. 'Cause that's just,
Right.
yeah.
He's got Manson. He's got Jeff Beck. He's got Paul fucking McCartney.
Yep. He has Rolling Stones for crying out loud.
I mean, Joe Perry, for God's sake, dude.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you've got that gets you to get those guys as friends, could you bottle that and, like, maybe sell me some?
Alice Cooper.
Right! My God. Like, icons of the rock world.
The
Just-
only person. Okay. Hear me
Go
out
for it.
on this, and you can mock me afterwards. Okay.
Hey, Tiff.
Oh, no. Hold on. She's going to tell us something. Go ahead, Jenny.
So, I would be friends with Ozzy Osbourne just to talk to him for like 5 minutes because the fuck.
Okay. Can I say one positive thing? We all need some positivity.
Yeah.
Ozzy got a Grammy.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's a plus. Yeah.
And then
But,
there
like,
was my about damn time.
But you gotta admit that just being friends with him for 5 minutes, you would just think, what the fuck?
I don't know. That would be the kind of thing that my brother would just look at me very seriously and says, I would sell my right leg. No, I'm not kidding. Go get the bone saw. I will do it right here.
For real?
No. Ozzy is a hero of his.
Yeah.
Kirk Hammett is a huge hero of his.
Yes. I
But-
would die to be friends with Kirk Hammett.
Let's not discuss basically the entirety of the band of Slipknot.
I can understand that.
Especially the drummers.
Now, I don't think I could ever handle being friends with AC/DC because, oh my fucking god.
Hey, Tiffany.
What?
You know what I found hanging from the ceiling at work the other day?
What?
Somebody hung a noose from the ceiling.
Dude, your work is creepy. Why do you work there?
I don't know, but I found a noose hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, that's a little creepy. And it's a little.
I've left one hanging from the bathroom once because somebody put one right above my stuff.
Yeah. I don't want to think about that.
So I put it in the bathroom right where they took a shit. Because
See,
they have a
that's the
private
kind of
bathroom.
thing. I wouldn't go to the effort. I just be like, yeah, bye. I quit.
I put a sticky trap in their bathroom and they have a ruined shoe now.
But anyways, hey folks, it's getting a little late. I went a little bit longer than I anticipated. And I appreciate you for coming on, Jenny.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Aspie Chan, as always, for coming on.
Nice to see you.
We'll see you all next week. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.